Now that we are power back, welcome back to some more Stormworks. I'm StormRunner Gaming, and today I'm here to show you guys this weird little cooling glitch that I think could actually work for a lot of different reasons here, and I'll show you why. If you guys did join me for my last episode on how to keep your engines nice and cool with the cooling video, whatever I called it. I was using some water cooling, and basically I did an intake and an outtake there, or one of them would have an intake from a tank and go and just spill out with an outtake. And real quick, as my voice does deteriorate here, I do have a bit of a cold, so I do apologize if my voice is a bit stuffy or um, difficult to hear or understand. But anyways, I'm going to be Anyway, what I've built here basically from the other day, I have a tank to which I've got a little pump here that is pulling it into the engine. And what I did the other day was I'd have that being pulled up by a pump and it would just let that water go. But I was thinking, why not just put that water back in? And anybody logistically thinking um, you'd think that this system would actually need a radiator, a heat sink, something to cool down that liquid before it goes back into this little holding tank. But apparently, you don't need one. Like, bottom line, it will cool itself. It may run decently hot, especially through my testing. The smaller you make this little thing, the hotter it will run, but it'll actually still cool it. It's actually a glitch or something. I was talking to a few people about this now over a Twitch stream and just playing the game from time to time, working on this thing. And we have our amount of water down here at 721.14, and we did start at 750, but the water is just circulating through the system, so it will never run out of water. And I have yet to actually get this system to overheat. Yeah, maybe if we take this down to the minimum size, we may get it to overheat, but I mean, you could fit this in almost any vehicle, I believe, if you do it correctly. So yeah, I don't know. It is a really weird glitch, and I will show you guys how I've built it and everything real quick through a tutorial. But I just wanted to explain the technology and get your guys' opinion. Is this like a glitch in the game? Because logically it makes no sense. Or is it just an OP cooling system that takes advantage of a glitch in the game or something? Because when I was talking to somebody else about it, we were talking about the logistics of this, and it may just be that all the water in the game may be in a closed system. It has a temperature for that water, but once it goes out of that system and it becomes like a spawned in a square water, for lack of better words, like water contained within here and not within an actual container, that temperature may immediately get lost because I don't know if the game could actually keep records and control all the temperatures for every tiny piece of water or every liter of water in here, because that would be so much to keep control of. But I'm going to start the build, and actually, if you guys did watch my last video, I'm just going to be talking about what you guys need to do here for this system. And I did add in a threshold gate to run my pumps, and I do want to talk about that as well, but I'm going to get into that after I talk about the main build. So all we need to do is put in your fluid spawner. I put in a fluid meter as well, and two fluid ports instead of just the one, connecting up your first fluid port at the bottom up to a pump running into the intake of your engine, and the output of your engine is running through a pump back through your higher what is it called, the fluid whatever, the fluid port. I can't remember anything today. And that is basically how I got this system to run. And I don't know. I'm not going to comment anymore about the glitch that is making this working or whatever. But I do want to talk about this threshold gate as well. And this will work for any cooling system using water cooling that you are building. So what I've done here is I've connected the threshold gate up to the engine temperature and then connected that red output with the pumps in my system. This will work for small pumps, big pumps, any type of pumps you use, and almost any water cooling system should work off of this if you set your values correctly. And I've set it to a low threshold of 20 and a high threshold of 10,000. And why I've done this real quick is because once the engine hits a temperature of anywhere between 20 to 10,000, it'll turn on those pumps and run water to the engine. So yeah, I don't have to remember to push any button. I can even get rid of this cooling button I had before. So having the problems of not remembering to turn on your pumps for water cooling in an engine is a thing of the past with the threshold gate running my pumps now. But yeah. But anyway, guys, I am really interested to see what you guys have to say about this in the comments down below or in my Discord. And of course, if you guys want to test this out and share your results, I'd actually be really interested to see what other people are getting with some type of system like this. And I mean, if we did put a radiator, a heat sink, or something in this system, it would make it even more viable and maybe future-proof this type of system. If you wanted to build a build with it right now, so all you'd have to do is like add a radiator into the system, which sounds easy, but the game is just not having it today apparently. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. And all we need to do is run it in and out of that radiator right there. Did I put it one too high? Nope. It's at the perfect height. And now we spawn it in. That would give us even more headroom for pushing this. It should at least, hopefully. Because you're actually adding a cooling element into the engine. And this engine, if you guys were wondering, is running at an actual 100 RPS right now, so it is at the max. And I don't know if this is super viable for aircraft engines or the diesel engines, but I assume as much. It might be just a glitch with the small engine. I have yet to test it with the other ones, but it is getting pretty hot. We're running at full power, and we're only getting about 67 degrees in temperature, and that still isn't extremely close to our max. And when you do put in your clutch, the temperature will shoot up. Then it shoots back down really quickly, and actually, sometimes it'll go lower, even to 40 degrees, whatever Celsius, Fahrenheit we're using here. But yeah, it seems like the radiator, I don't know, it might have increased the, well, I was only running it at like 70 or 80%. I don't remember exactly what I was running at last time, but I'm just so curious. I do want to use this in a build or something, but I've yet to start anything major anytime soon. I do have a couple of small builds I built for streams and stuff for Twitch and everything, but I've yet to get to a bigger boat. So yeah, again, I'm really interested to see what you guys find on this, but that is all the time I do have for Stormworks today. I'd like to rest a little bit more than I usually do tonight because of the cold I'm coming down with here. But if you guys did like this, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel to stay up with Stormworks and more of my content. But I've never agreed to goodbyes. Hope people need me, and I need to go.